king in the north! The king in the north!
Yo, what it do? What it do? As always, like, share, subscribe. Now let's just get into it. So we got another week. Blue Wolverine. This ain't the call-in show. I know what you I know what you waiting on. This ain't the call-in show, bro. But different topics. Michigan, of course, we're gonna talk about. But the big thing that everybody's talking about right now is the Nico situation. So Nico, no, I don't want to talk about that, Josh. I know that's you. I don't want to talk about that. But so Nico is leave. Well, Nico didn't go to practice, missed the team meeting at Tennessee because he wants more money. He wanted more money. And some people are mad, some people feel a different type of way about it. Either way, Tennessee said, go on and go. If you're going to go, go. We ain't paying it, which is understandable. I understand it, because to me, you wasted a year. Like, we paid you a year to sit on the bench. We paid you a year to sit on the bench. So what are you talking about? You want more money? You ain't even paid your way to get more money. But the caveat to this whole thing is, where are the rules in place? And we were on Maze's live last night talking about me, Garrison, Kinetic, Maze, of course, everybody. But the thing about this is, this, like Kinetic was saying yesterday, it's a good faith. There's honor. If I make a deal, I'm gonna honor it. That's nice, bro. But most of the world don't play by that. In the real world, it's dog eat dog. And if there's not a contract in place to hold this man accountable, ain't no telling what he gonna do for the almighty dollar. That's what just goes on in the real world. This ain't no fantasy land. This ain't a video game. So you can't, oh, well, honor what you did. Well, if it was the 1800s and contracts didn't exist, or the 1700s, whenever that was, then you would be right. But contracts are made and exist in 2025 for a reason. So you can hold that person accountable and their feet to the fire. And if they try to do something like this, then you can say, okay, I'm taking you to court, buddy. We're going to court. Ain't no honor out here like that. I mean, it's just not. In business, politics, it don't matter. There's not much honor around anymore. So you just thinking that, man, he's gonna be honorable. Yeah, keep thinking that. If you can think that if you want to, but you gonna get played. You're gonna get played out here in these streets thinking like that. Can't think like that. You have to think. You have to think. What will this guy do? Because you don't know what he'll do. Oh, he seems like an honorable person. Yeah, he seemed like that, so he could get over on you later. That's the real world. This ain't fantasy. The real world, people get over on you unless you got something to hold their feet to the fire. you know. So Tennessee said they're going to move on from him. We don't want you. We don't want you, you know. And okay, here we go. He says, I like Michigan deal with the, and that's the thing. So because people when they think about Nico and they think about it now, they think about Michigan, you know. And there's no telling what these kids could do, you know. Michigan structures theirs a little better than what Tennessee had going on, but still, you never know with these guys. And you can't put it past them. I don't put it past people to do almost anything. I just don't, you know. So let's get into these comments a little bit. AD says there's a difference between business and extortion. That's a matter of perspective. That's a matter of perspective. He's got leverage. This is the thing. Extortion is I'm forcing you to do this. I'm blackmailing you. I'm forcing you. He gave him the option. And I'm not saying this is right because I don't want anybody thinking you're right with this. No, I'm just living in the reality. So he had the opportunity. Well, he took the opportunity to test Tennessee. He said, I'm going to test them. That's basically what he did. I'm going to test them. I'm going to put their feet to the fire. I'm leaving if y'all don't give me more money. Now that's not extortion, bro. I don't think that's the correct term. I don't think. It might be. It might be the right term, AD, and I just don't know. But you know, you have the opportunity. Either pay me or I'm leaving. That's how you got him there. That's the thing, though. That's how he got there. Was the money. You know what I'm saying? He got there off the bread. Either pay me this or I'm not coming to Tennessee. They paid him. You know, I don't think it's right. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just, you know, in this world, you can't put it past anybody. That's why contracts exist. So this is more on the NCAA and the way things are set up than it is Nico or Tennessee or whatever. The rules aren't in place. We knew this was going to happen sooner or later. And don't be surprised if it's going to happen again. I appreciate the $4.99 super chat. Blue Wolverine says Johnny is ungrounded by YouTube now. Let me hold that chain, my guy. Oh no, my brother. You got to get your own. You got to get your own. Jay Marion says he's doing what the UNLV QB did last season. Yeah, he is, you know, and oh, I said $4.99. My bad. Hold on, bro. Don't hold on. Oh, my brother. Appreciate the $49.99. Blue said, "Don't play with his money now. Now I'm showing love. Now don't you better say it right, boy. You better say it right when I'm sending super chats." Blue Wolverine, appreciate the $49.99. Johnny is ungrounded by YouTube now. Let me hold that chain, my guy. No, my brother, you got to get your own. But I appreciate the 50. Let me just say 50 so it's easier to say. The 50 piece. But let's see. And why did he wait until the spring to pull this versus the end of the playoffs? I'm not sure. Nobody really knows what he's thinking. I think Garrison was saying last night that he misses home, that he's homesick. I think he's from California. I'm not sure exactly. But it was probably a power play. He might have been doing that to get out, just the reason he's planning on leaving anyway. The thing is, though, somebody going to pay this dude. You know, I've seen people say USC. I've seen some people online saying Michigan. We don't really need him, but because he ain't that good. So USC, somebody was saying Michigan. I don't think that's true, but USC possibly. I've seen people saying Ohio State. The Buckeyes, y'all want him? Josh, you want him? You want him or y'all Y'all happy with saying now? Y'all happy with saying? AD said that was extortion too the first time. Hey, you right. You right, Blue Wolverine. It is a big difference between $4 and $5.50. You ain't never lied. You ain't never lied. So James Cooper said Tennessee fans were hyping up Nico to win 19 Heisman, 12 spelling bees in the presidential election, and now they're fine with a guy who's never played. Hey, that's what they got to do. Hey, Uncle Lou don't play. That boy put me in purgatory. Put some respect on that extra 9. Hey, he right though. That's a 50. That 50 piece. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what I got. I need to add some stuff for celebrating. I need some more celebratories. I guess I can just play this.
It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. It's great to be.
Oh. Hey, Blue Wolverine just sent that 50. I had to look twice. Oh, it's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. I'm out of punishment. I'm back. Yeah, he did. Disgusting. Oh, stop, Josh. You don't act like you don't like us. Hello, Johnny. No, we don't want him. We are good over here with Sane and King Holtz. Yeah, see, I think y'all were worried before, but after that spring game where it looked like he was slicing and dicing, y'all like, we straight. I watched the first half of y'all spring game. It's pretty boring because y'all don't really hit. No shade. It's just kind of a boring game, but it is what it is. I know people watched ours last year and was like, man, this is boring because we weren't throwing it at all. Barely, we were just running it. We were hitting, but we weren't throwing it. Let's see. Yeah, we can. This is a fact. We can unite on Nico being boo boo or okay. I say he was okay. Yes, sir. I watched the first half. It was quite boring to me, but I watched that first half. I did watch that. How, bro? What happened with Uncle Lou? I posted a Uncle Lou clip of him roasting the Ohio State fan. It was just a YouTube short, but like 30. It might have been a minute, if that, probably 50 seconds. But he flagged it. He flagged it and striked me for it. You know what I'm saying? Uncle Lou flagged. He went and looked and he done flagged your boy. Calm down, Lulu. Appreciate who is that? Ronald Embry becoming a new member. I saw Marmar. Also, I saw Tim Leineke. What else we got? So I see our boy Benjamin Hall. Benjamin Hall has slimmed down. Benjamin Hall has slimmed down. He says he's 220 now. He's 220. I don't know what he weighed before. But he's 220 now. He might, if as big as he was, I saw him at the spring game a little bit up close, and he was huge. I'm talking about, and I've been preaching this for him for I think 2 years now, that he needs to lose weight. The big thing about football, and this is all sports, you have to find that perfect weight for your body for what exactly you're trying to do. Let's say Blake. Now, I loved Blake in 2021 when he was speedy Blake. He was speedy, agile, do whatever he wants to Blake. But we needed him to become a bell cow so he could get third and shorts and be better at the goal line. So he put on weight. From 2021 to 2023, in those 2 years, Blake Corum probably added 25 to 30 pounds when he didn't have to. But he did it so Michigan could be successful. Now, but this is the thing, Blake could add that weight and still be a really good back. Benjamin Hall, you can't do that. You weren't blessed by God like Blake Corum is. Now you was blessed, but you're not that. So you can't carry all that weight. You know what I'm saying? So I think him losing that 20 pounds, I think he lost or so, or 15, I think that's gonna help him out a lot. Being at 220, because he looked like a total different player when I saw him on the picture. Looked like a total different player. So I'm gonna be excited to see him at the spring game. He's lost that weight. What was what's his name saying that like Mike Moose? Yeah, Moose. I put the mic on there. Sometimes I dream that he is me. That's 90s babies. That's 80s baby stuff. 90s babies ain't gonna get them. They ain't gonna get that commercial. What's he talking about? I'm talking about Jordan. You know, so I threw that on a Bryce Underwood. Check out my YouTube shorts. I'm telling you, check out them YouTube shorts. It's dope. That's real 80s baby stuff right there, boy. Sometimes I dream that he is me. Yeah, they don't know about that. LeBron fans, they don't know about that. Yeah, you Bron fans, y'all don't know about all that Jordan stuff, you know. Yeah, it's one of the greatest commercials ever. That one, and also the Jordan commercial where he was playing against his younger self. That one was real good too. But what else? So the backs, Ben Hall lost weight. That's a good thing. He's got to find his perfect weight. You have to get your body right before you can really excel on the field. You know what I'm saying? You have to find where your body needs to be. That could be losing weight. That could be gaining weight. That could be gaining mass. That could just be gaining muscle. But you have to find that. You have to fine tune your body. You know, everybody's not blessed to just be, all right, I can lift a little bit and I'm ready to go. This is my perfect weight to play football. Everybody's not like that. Some people can't gain weight. Some people are already too big, so you got to find that perfect niche in there. Do any players that I expect to hit the spring portal right now? I don't know. I think we just had a player that I'm not sure who he was. I didn't know him too much, but number 44, he just hit the portal today. I think he's going to enter the portal, and Omarion Walker did a couple days ago. But besides that, I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see about that one. We're gonna have to wait and see. But I've been seeing we got another drop of Michigan. What do you call them? Highlights, I guess you would say. I guess they're practice highlights. We get the little clips. But who was that we had on there? We saw Browder catch a touchdown from Jaden Davis. Bryce Underwood throwing some passes. I saw a picture of McCulley. I can't say he looks like a stud. He looks the part. He looks like a Michigan 90s, early 2000s receiver. He looks the part. That's half of the battle for me. I need you to look like you're supposed to be out there. But just seeing him, Broader, some of these players, the size. It's nice to see the size back at receiver, and not just tall guys, but guys that are filled out. to where if you got your tall, skinny receivers, but they can't box you out. A tall, wide receiver, he can box you out. Once I get in front of you, it's a wrap, boy. You ain't getting the ball. You ain't getting it. You can give on up, corner. You ain't getting this ball once I get in front of you. I'm just too big. I'm too wide. You're not getting the ball. You ain't got a chance. Don't try. So it's nice to see that we've got those guys again. What up, Garrison? Yeah, they saying, Garrison, you better hope y'all don't pick that boy up. Your boy Julian saying look good today, but you better hope they don't pick him up after you talked about Nico yesterday. You better hope they don't pick him up, boy. Because I might do an all night live like TJ and Kinetic did. I might pull an all nighter, boy, making jokes at you, boy. I might pull an all nighter because my boy Garrison is in the house. I got two. Let me play your intro.
Sit down. Garrison, boys of college football.
What can we say about this guy? The ancient Romans had a word for it. Asshole.
But yeah, so Nico Boo Boo, we don't need his big four. He is slick trash. I never said he wasn't slick trash. To me, he's okay, but he's not a good fit for their offense, which is why they went to a run-based offense, a run-first offense, because he wants to throw little short passes. That offense, Josh Heupel, Tennessee's offense is wide receivers with their splits are really wide to confuse defenses, mainly safeties and corners, so they can go deep. We want to throw the deep bomb. We're doing all this. We're doing all this so we can throw deep. Nico doesn't throw well deep, so it's not a good fit. And same thing with Ohio State. Y'all want to throw that bomb to Jeremiah Smith if you can. It's not a good fit if you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody want to dink and dunk all the time. He tough. Now, you can't say he's not a tough guy. That's for sure. You can't say he's not tough. It's a gimmick, but that's the scheme. It is a gimmick offense, but that's the scheme. Those wide splits and stances, super wide, but he can't make the throw downfield. So it's not a good fit. Whether it's a gimmick or not, we saw Joe Milton do all right in it, better than Nico, because he's got a cannon. You know what I'm saying? We saw Hendon Hooker thrive in it, but this is college. This ain't the pros. So whether your offense is a gimmick or not, okay. Well, whether your offense is a gimmick or not, it's college. So it's just about putting up numbers. So that offense, it's not a good fit. Anyway, that might be why he was trying to get up out of there. Y'all got to pay me more to stay here. I can't throw deep. Boy, I can't throw no deep ball. Exactly. You gotta have a big arm. And that's why Joe Milton went there, because Joe Milton isn't that good of a player, but it's a quarterback friendly offense if you've got the arm for it. Joe Milton had a cannon, and then Hooker was just pretty good. He's just a pretty good player. Think he going to USC? Nico going to Southern Cal, probably the best thing for him. Probably. It probably is the best thing for him. Tim Leineke says in the OSU game, Nico was one progression and done. That's a fact. That's a fact. And then he got knocked out. Joe Newton. Bad boy. I was hoping Joe Milton was something he wasn't. Hope. Hope is a gift and a curse. What up, Maze? But the hope of Joe Milton, I realized that when his coach called me. His high school coach actually called me because we did the interview with Joe before the season that year. And he called me and he was like, they keep trying to design runs for Joe Milton. For Joe, that's not the type of player he is. He doesn't like to run. Like even though he's athletic and probably could run more, he just doesn't like to. That's not his game. You know what I'm saying? And when he told me that, it was like, oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Joe want to sit in the pocket like he Peyton Manning or something. You ain't that, Joe, and we ain't got the receivers. Thunder Redmonds. Oh, that's what up, my guy. What up, my guy? That's Tim. Say he will be at the spring game. But yeah, what else was out to? Your boy Jack Sawyer. Oh, Jackie. Your boy Jack Sawyer done said it don't matter how many points Michigan scores in the game. It doesn't matter if they scored more points than us. We're still statistically better than them. Oh boy, Jack. And I touched on this on Maze's show last night. Jack Sawyer saying it doesn't matter and all that. But this is the thing, and this is why I try to get people to understand about the rivalry. Whether you want to try to cope and make different excuses and this and that and this and that. The rivalry is too old for you to try to change your feelings about it. It's too old. You don't get to change what history is just because there's the playoff now. There's the 12-team playoff now. So the game doesn't mean as much. Yeah, it do. Go out there and lose it. See, as a fan, you can get to change how you feel about it. But those players, they don't get to change how they feel about it because at the end of the day, they're going to be remembered about beating Michigan. Now, some fans won't care because they won the national championship. Other fans, they don't care about you winning that national championship. You better beat that team up north. You better beat them scum. You lost to scum. You lost to scum. So, Jack Sawyer, JTT, Travion, Emeka Ibuka, Tyleek. The list goes on and on. All them dudes, they're gonna have to hear that. Because when they get to the NFL, the college trash talk don't stop. When you go home for Thanksgiving, when you're not in college anymore, when you go to these different places, it's still there. You lost to Michigan. You never beat them. And you had my hopes up. We thought we were going to blow them out. And y'all let me down. I lost a lot of money on that game, Sawyer. Messing with y'all. So that's just it with them. That'll never go away for them. That'll never go away for them. It just is what it is. You can feel about it how you want to, but you can't change the years and years and years and years and years and years, the decades, a century a century worth of games played and what it means, the battle between Ohio State, Michigan. We don't like you. We hate you. We hate you too. So that's the thing. It don't go away. I watched the first half. It was quite boring. I want to see some hidden, Garrison. I ain't gonna front. If y'all was out there hidden, I probably would have watched all of it. I'd be needing to see some hidden. It disappoints me to not see hitting. And the quarterbacks I understand, but the running backs, I want to see them get hit. You know what I'm saying? Some of these receivers, I want to see these dudes get hit. You know? So I watched the first half. I didn't watch the second half. No, I'm bringing up the rivalry, bro. I'm bringing up the rivalry. You know, y'all might not care, but you might not care, but this is why the rivalry means so much. It's from those games that some of y'all act like y'all don't care about it. But those were the games that laid the foundation to why the rivalry means so much. What are we talking about, man? Those are the games that made this the game. So how can I not bring it up? Because that was the foundation that got us to this point to where we each hate each other. I mean, you don't really hate us. You from Michigan. You a Michigander. You know what I'm saying? So we like brothers. We like blood brothers or something. You know what I'm saying? So, but you get it. But yeah, but that's the reason you have to respect that, because when you talk about Michigan, Ohio State, that's the groundwork. Those games laid the groundwork. So to me, if you care about Michigan, Ohio State, you have to care about that. Or you don't like it because y'all wasn't winning. I'm not going to go down this rabbit hole with you again, Garrison. I'm not going to do it. Because you know what you be doing. You know what? You know what?
You know, it wasn't long ago I remember you used to wait in the car. And as far as I'm concerned, you should still be there.
I mean, I watched the second half of y'all game. I didn't watch the second half. Last year, you know, we talk about y'all not hitting because it just goes into us calling y'all soft narrative. It just goes right into our calling y'all soft narrative, you know. So we go with it. They ain't hitting in Columbus. We gonna out physical them again. They still ain't tough. We watch their game, they ain't hitting. They playing two-hand touch. They playing two-hand touch, and they think they're gonna be able to handle us in late November. Y'all think y'all tough enough for us in late November? Because we're gonna test y'all toughness. That's what we think when we see y'all playing two-hand touch. You know, hey, y'all won the championship. In reality, it doesn't. We just talking stuff because we feel like we're tougher than y'all, and that's just another way for us to poke at y'all. It's just another way for us to poke at y'all. You know what I'm saying? So that's all it is. You know, but what else is going on? If you got any questions, throw them in, because these shows, you know, because when I'm in the car, people are always putting questions in the chat. You know what I'm saying? So this is the chance. This is the show. If you got questions, to pop them in or pop them on a super chat. This is the time. Because when I get in the car, I Read it for a second. I'm seeing all types of questions. I'm driving. I can't read your questions. You know what I'm saying? So if you got a question, this is the time. Garrison say they ain't little. They say somebody said y'all was little. Garrison don't like that. I know he don't like that. Small. He said y'all small compared to us. Garrison, y'all little. We still got to figure this part out. Tim, we still got to figure this where everybody's gonna be sitting and stuff because it's gonna be a nice little group of us probably. So we're gonna have to figure this out. You just gotta keep watching me, Maze Madman's channel, TJ, and be looking out. So where we're gonna be sitting, and then I think we're gonna be doing like a meet and greet somewhere. So you just gotta stay posted so you know. You know what I'm saying? Hey, all it is trash talk. We know y'all are tough, but y'all aren't tougher than us, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't hitting. You know what I'm saying? Late fourth quarter, we make y'all quit. Late fourth quarter, y'all be quitting, man. Well, you know what I'm saying? So, oh God. Garrison, would you stop? Just leave Samaj alone. Garrison, Samaj gonna burn you one of these times. He gonna burn y'all. Watch. This might be the year. Samaj gonna light y'all up. I got a feeling Samaj gonna light y'all up. He didn't. Jay Marion say he was at the game. I just watched the spring game today, and their own defense gave up a bunch of yards to the next to running backs that is replacing Travion Henderson and Jenkins. Yeah, hit the like, please. Samaj parents have a real good, really Garrison, the 8 Mile. Y'all did, bro. You need to stop. You need to stop. Let's see. Will Howard got knocked the heck out, and then I don't know why he went back in the game because he wasn't playing right from the point on in the game. What up, Steven? I know it's early again. But does it seem like Ohio is gearing up the defense to contend with the run? They look afraid to lose to Michigan. Yeah, I mean, they're gonna be. We saw Jim Knowles when he got there, going 0 the first time he played him. Then he got a little more passive. The second time he played him. And then last year he played pretty good defense. We just wore him down. Fourth quarter, it's quitting time. When it's fourth quarter quitting time, we making them quit. Let me see where that's at. We got Steven in the chat.
And I ask myself every day, would I do a life sentence about my respect of somebody disrespecting me? Without question.
Without question. But let's see. JG King says Samaj is what's right about college football. At least he's trying to make it where he's at instead of quitting. That's a fact. That's a fact right there. Here we go. Willie Mears says, how well do you think our new OC's Unk's spread offense philosophy will blend with Sharon's run the ball, grind it out, eat clock philosophy? I think it can go. I think it can mesh well, but you have to lay the groundwork in the foundation with the offensive line. If you don't lay the groundwork with the foundation of the offensive line gelling, then you're gonna have problems with regardless of what you're trying to do. You got to get that offensive line gelling and where it needs to be. Let's just assume it does. I think the actual threat of a downfield passing game is gonna help the run game. Complementary football on offense, throwing to set up the run. That's something we didn't have all last year. Not one game we had it where it was complementary. So this offense, especially with Bryce, if Bryce is the starter, which I'm expecting he will be, Chip Lindsey's system, it's going to make you defend every part of the field. So whether you're going sideline to sideline, throwing screens, jet sweeps, those types of things, or if you're throwing deep, making you defend the deep ball, So just that alone makes it better, So that's the thing with that. Having somebody that can throw a deep bomb, you can also run Bryce Underwood, run the read with him. Not too much, but that's part of the offense is him getting yards. I was doing a video with Marcus and I was telling him Drake May had like almost 500 yards rushing, bro. Like that's part of the offense, So I think it'll mesh very well. That power run spread, especially with Bryce. Let's see. Jim Knowles had a Don Brown game plan in 22, just got torched in man coverage. Man, Ohio State fans, it was just 5 plays. It was just 5 plays. Yeah. 2 were like 70, 2 were like 4 were for like 60 plus. So saying it's just 5 plays, it was like 4 60-yarders, 60 yards and plus, and 1 40-yarder, the bomb to Colston Loveland. It was just 4 plays. Who cares? If I run 4 plays and y'all give up a touchdown every time, that's on you. That ain't on us. That's y'all playing garbage defense. It was just 5 plays. Yeah, you got that right. Appreciate that, Garrison. The like button is free. Hit that like. And don't forget, tomorrow is the Battle Royal, I guess I can call it, or whatever it is tomorrow. I think I scheduled it for either 1 or 2 o'clock. Is the call-in show. Garrison usually calls in. Shout out to him. Steven will call in, and Garrison and Steven will argue sometimes, or Boxing Maniac. Kinetic came up last week. Marmar's always in there. West Quad. Tomorrow's a call-in show. People said they got tired of the call-in. Sometimes they wanted me, so this is what this show is about. This is the just me show. Just me. It's me. But tomorrow is the call-in. Mays called in last week. Mello, shout out to the Buckeye Boys, Buckeye Boys. He called in last week. Michigan's receivers are trash. How you know they trash, David Payne? How you know they trash? You ain't at practice. We got practice in a bunker. You don't know who trash on our team yet. Buddy must be Megatron then, huh? Automatic TDs. Let's see. Yeah, they're going to have a problem. Let's see. Keep an eye on Memorial Day weekend. That is when we know what network Ohio State, Texas will be on for week 1 and Michigan, Oklahoma for week 2. Facts. It doesn't matter if Browder has played. Ohio isn't the only team that has a freshman that makes impacts. You're a moron 7 days a week. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Don't get Steven started now. Y'all, here we go. Here we go. What I got for him, because I see Steven come in the chat. Yeah, I see Steven come in the chat, and it's Ohio State fans. I just sit back and be like,
You don't even know.
No, but I don't know the English.
because I know he finna go off. This ain't the call-in show. You got to save it. For tomorrow. I guess I could let people call in. They're gonna be like, man, I like it, Johnny, when you just talk to you, when it's just you up there, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to separate it. Yeah, practices in a bunker, you only get what they put out, you know. Oh, Garrison, you need to stop, boy. Y'all need to stop, man. I'll give Michigan props. Where was that? Mid at best. I'll give Michigan props. Braylon Edwards, Mario Manningham, Nico Collins. I'm missing a lot, but that, like I said the other day when I posted that video, what was his name? What Ron Bellamy was saying, that wasn't for Ohio State. That was for Michigan. That we were talking about Michigan. Sorry for Bill. Garrison is like a politician, boy. What's going on, Corey? These dudes is like a powder keg, boy. Y'all is like a powder keg in here. I guess the Saturday show is just to let the pot simmer, and then y'all come back Sunday and the pot done boiled over and it's gonna go crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because we keep beating y'all and y'all keep coming back to, you know what I'm saying? My Ohio State fans, my Ohio State brethren, you know what it is.
You could not live. You could not live with your own failure. Where did that bring you? Back to me.
Back to me. Because I'm going to be waiting. How good do you think Penn State will be next year? See, Willie is understanding that this is for the questions. Because as soon as I jump on a car live, it just be questions. I be seeing them and I can't read them. You know what I'm saying? I just be seeing all this stuff. Like, I can't read it. I'm driving. But how good? I think Penn State will be good. But hold on. I think Penn State will be good next year. But the question is, I need to see them get over the hump. Penn State's going to be right around Big Ten championship. They're going to be in there and in the playoff. But the thing is, for them to win a championship, I have to see them get over the Ohio State hump. I have to see them get over that Ohio State hump. If not, if I don't see them beat Ohio State, I'm just going to say this is another Penn State team, a good Penn State team that I don't put any faith on them winning a championship. They might be able to win the Big Ten. They may be able to do that. But they're at the point where it's championship because you lose in Singleton, Allen, and Alar after this year. So you're going to be in reload mode. You're going to have to reload, so this is the year. And I've said this before. This Penn State team they're in the area of Michigan 2023. Everybody's coming back to accomplish a goal. And we did it. You know what I'm saying? Champs. Ohio State. They brought everybody back like us, and then they accomplished. They did whatever they did. They won this. They won the championship. So Penn State, you on deck. This is their turn to do that. You know what I'm saying? So it went Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State. This should be their time to do that. But this is the thing. They're going to be the same team we've been seeing. I don't put any faith in them, but that's what it should be. Them dudes should be hungry and ready to win a championship. Nothing else matters. We about to come out here and smack Ohio State this year. That's what they should be thinking. They should be mad, thinking about it all the time, thinking about beating Ryan Day. Anybody that came back on that team, Sonny Styles, Caleb Downs, even the great Jeremiah Smith. I'm going to knock that boy out. I can't wait till I get the chance. Oh, he too big up top? Well, I hope I don't blow his knee out because I'm getting him today. Today, yeah. I'm getting you today. I've been waiting for you. I've been dreaming about knocking you out, boy. But I don't know if they got dudes hungry like that. I don't know if they got dudes hungry like that or the culture like that. Michigan and Ohio State have a different culture. We've been beating up on them for a while now. I know Ohio State has, and me and Michigan has got in on it too, So I have to see them get over the hump of beating a team like Ohio State. We don't play Penn State. Michigan doesn't play Penn State. They play Oregon. Oregon is a fugazi until they actually prove it. They had to play Ohio State twice, got their pants pulled down. They got pantsed. When you was in middle school in the lunchroom and then somebody gets pantsed, they get their pants pulled down, everybody laughing at them. Ha 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 ha. That's what happened to Oregon. It was a laughing stock. You got destroyed in the first quarter. They destroyed you in the first quarter. So beating Oregon, yeah, it's a nice win because they'll be a good team, but they don't have a championship history or pedigree. They don't have a great culture. I've never seen somebody have to manufacture a culture. As much as I don't like Ryan Day, I've never seen him have to try to manufacture a culture like Dan Lanning. And people acting like, man, that's good. You shouldn't have to do all that clown stuff. Ooh, let me call a timeout. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Oh. A few months later, 28-0 in the Rose Bowl. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? This idiot thought the championship was week 8 in the regular season, playing Michigan. Bonehead. Michigan ain't even good at that point, and you clowning. You a doggone dummy. He thought 34, even worse, Garrison. Thank you, because I wasn't sure on what the score was. 34-0. Where was all your bravado and hype man? Where was all that at? Dan Lanning? You ran out of it because you used it all in the regular season, dummy. Hyping somebody up, boy. Yeah, you did a real good job of that. You used all your little movie clips and references in the regular season. When it's a 12-team playoff. Now maybe if it was the 14 playoff, that might have worked because okay, it's harder to get in. It's a 12-team playoff, and you doing all this stuff to keep your team locked in. You ran out of gas for the playoffs. You ran out of gas. You ran out of movie references. If your culture is built off of them movie references all the time, you got a problem. I'm sorry. You're not in a storied history program like that. You got to build the culture to want it. Do you want it, or do I got to make up some stuff? You Laurinaitis, and the 300 were sitting and watching Xerxes. Oregon is playing Michigan today. We're going to have to be just like Laurinaitis in the 300. You got to do all that to beat us. You got to do all that. Boy, you Man, you got to do all that just to beat us. Give me a break. And we wasn't the only team he was doing that stuff with either. Shamari Earls is supposed to be the third corner. Who is CB3? Where you at? Is Earl starting? I don't think he's starting. I think the starters are going to be Sugar Hill, Jair Hill, and Zeke Berry probably going to start. And at that nickel, it's probably going to be a safety at that nickel. Most likely, right now, what I'm hearing, it's probably going to be a safety at that nickel position. Because we just have so many of them. We have a lot of veteran safeties, so it'll be easier to stick one of them there, Yes, Garrison, 5'10 Zeke. 5'10 Zeke balled out against OSU, against I'll say the last, because he wasn't on the outside at first. He was playing nickel. But when they put him on the outside, he just started to thrive. That's the thing. Playing nickel is hard. But when he got to the outside, I guess he was like, man, this is easier, because he started to thrive, and so it just is what it is. So his best games of the season came when he was moved to the boundary, to the outside. So we just had to go with it. Like, bro, this dude is balling now. He's getting interceptions. He's making plays. I can't complain about it. Because I didn't see him play. I didn't see Zeke Berry play bad for any game on the outside. So, that's true. But he played his last two. Okay. What was it? Indiana? No, he might not have been out on the outside then yet. I know it was at least Northwestern, Ohio State, and Alabama. Ohio State, Alabama. Ryan Williams. We don't remember him. Why do you, Garrison, stop trying to down my boy Zeke. I've been liking Zeke for a while. I thought he was going to be safety. I can't knock him. If he playing good, he playing good. You know what I'm saying? I just can't knock him. If I see him get torched or get beat, then I can knock him. And I can't wait to knock a player if he's on Michigan or whoever. I'm gonna hold him to the fire. But when because I've been waiting for Zeke to start for years. But when he had a lot of ups and downs, more downs than ups at nickel. But when he got put on the outside, it was like he started to play like I expected him to play. You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying that he can't. I'm not saying that he won't start, that he might take Zeke's spot. But as of right now, Zeke has put the work in. You got to learn the system and get acclimated to the game. Even Will Johnson didn't start. It took Will Johnson half of the season to almost get to really start playing in meaningful snaps. You know, we were rotating heavier that year, but that was only because we had a garbage schedule. You know what I'm saying? We didn't play anybody until we played Penn State in 2020. What was that? 2021. You know, we had those easy schedules. So back then we could rotate all those young guys in a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Because we were blowing out cupcakes. So you could rotate those guys in with some of the starters. And, you know, by the end of the season, Will Johnson was basically starting, you know. But with our schedule having Oklahoma week 2, that's going to be asking a lot. You're not going to, you probably won't see, you'll probably see him mixed in a little bit, but you won't see him starting. I doubt you'll see him starting. Let's see. I remember when Omarion Walker was hyped. Yeah, we hyped him. We did. But I mean, Omarion, he was hyped, but we never saw him at all, really. Let me say this about this dude. Omarion Walker is 6'5", lean, cone drill champion, quick. If you see him, you're like, man, this dude is probably a stud wide receiver. But he probably can't catch, and I'm not sure how good his route running is. So 2023 offseason, the offseason before we won the championship, Harbaugh and the staff moved Omarion Walker to corner, to where he was a full-time corner. And he was getting snaps, he was getting reps. He was getting snaps and he was getting reps at corner. Then we all know when we won the championship, Harbaugh left, and then Omarion Walker went to Ole Miss. That boy got to Ole Miss and said, "Oh boy, they got some real receivers down here. I think I need to go back to this. Let me call up Coach Moore. Y'all need some receivers? Can I come back and play receiver?" And we did. So he said, yeah. All right, I'm out of here, Lane Kiffin. I'm gone. Or whoever there. I'm going back to Michigan. So he comes back to Michigan trying to play receiver still. And you're just, I hate it for these dudes because you got all the talent right here. You got all the talent, Omarion Walker, but you're not a receiver. You're a corner. If you're going to thrive at anything, it's corner. We actually saw you play some corner, and you did look pretty good at corner. That's your position. So, whatever reason, he wants to be a receiver. So he's transferring again, probably because Omarion Walker, the way things played out in 2024, if he would have just stuck it out, had the offseason to continue to work on his craft as a corner, Harbaugh and his staff, they know what they're doing. You're not a receiver. Stay at corner, boy. I'm trying to get you some money now, boy. I'm trying to get you an NFL career and some money. But you don't want it. He should have stayed at corner offseason, put the work in, continue to get better at corner. 2024, Will Johnson gets hurt. We had to move Zeke Berry to the out. Will Johnson, McBurrows hurt. We had to move Zeke to the outside. Omarion Walker and DJ Waller transferred. Remember? Omarion Walker would have been starting for us at corner this last year. Whether he would have been thriving or what, he would have been on the field getting reps. but he wanted to be a receiver. He stopped training at corner. I want to be a receiver. You see what I'm saying? Instead of listening to somebody that knows Harbaugh and the staff, they were doing the best thing for you, Amarian Walker. But he wants to be a receiver just so bad, bro. So that's my last thing on that. I know I'm ranting on this, but it bothers me. You got two dudes. You got Omarion Walker, and you got Mike Sainristil. Omarion Walker, these are two dudes that they did the same thing. We're gonna switch you to corner. Sainristil embraces it. Whatever you need, coach. I'm here. I'm gonna do it. Let's get it. Thrives. Omarion Walker just never just gets it in his head that he's a corner. Never gets it in his head that he's a corner now. Going to Ole Miss. Oh, I don't want to be there. Come back. You can't get on the field there because you're not a receiver, my brother. Comes back to Michigan, can't get on the field here. You're not a receiver. But if you would have stayed and put the work in, you would have been a corner. Probably would have been starting this year too. Mike Sainristil embraced it, balled out, balling in the NFL right now. Omarion Walker didn't want to embrace it. Transfer. Who's going to let me play receiver? Transfer. I'm done with that. I talk all day about that because it makes me mad, bro. But, I mean, it's his life. But Harbaugh and the staff knew what they were doing, bro. Hit the like button. Hit the like. Harbaugh staff knew what they were doing with that stuff. Sainristil, Hassan Haskins, Khalil Mullins. I'm not going to ask someone that's injury prone to have to tackle tight ends and running backs, though. I mean, are we talking about Omarion? I'm not sure if he's that injury prone. He just don't get on the field. That's because he's not a receiver. He's not a college level receiver. He's not a power 4 receiver. He's probably a power 4 corner, but he doesn't want to be that. He don't want to be that. I hope he does. Bro. You got too much talent. He's too tall and too quick and all that stuff. Like, he's got all the measurables. I hope he gets it together because he's too talented. Like, bro, get out your own head, bro. You're not Jameson Williams. Yeah, you look like him. You look just like him, but you ain't him. You ain't him. Y'all feel like you can win a natty with Sharon Moore? I mean, Sharon Moore is on the upswing. I mean, we've only had him for 1 year, but the recruiting is going up and up. So, yeah, the recruiting. Now, he made some blunders in coaching, but that's what a first-time head coach is going to do. He's going to make some mistakes, Let's see. Yeah. Orgy's at UNLV now. We'll see how he does there. I'm interested to see, with Orgy leaving and going to UNLV, now he's at a place where they're going to embrace what he actually can do. Kirk Campbell didn't embrace it. It's you going to do what I do or we'll just run it every time. with the running backs, So I'm interested to see how he looks, what he does on a team that actually wants him and wants to embrace what he can do. You know what I mean? Let's see where we at. Or you should get in the corn industry. Got the name for. Oh, just stop it, Garrison. Just stop. Just stop it, bro. Garrison, that's Garrison being nasty in there, boy. Marshall and Haynes are about to run for 250 against Ohio State this year. That defense looks so bad against the run. That's because they don't be trying. And that's the problem with with this spring game that y'all do, Garrison, is you can't. It's like the offensive and defensive linemen on runs. It's like they don't really care too much, So it's hard for me to watch it. It's like, bro, the effort is like, are y'all playing or y'all ain't playing? Like, what is going on? Is y'all playing or y'all not playing? That's what's hard for me to watch. I want to see some hitting. I mean, I'm sorry. Y'all ain't got Travion Henderson and Abuka. Why y'all ain't hitting them backs? You ain't got no super stud that you can't afford to lose. You better get out there and hit that boy, Peoples and them dudes. Y'all giving them superstar treatment already, but y'all better get out there and hit. Y'all better get out there and hit. Y'all giving them respect already? Peoples and the other transfer dude? 16 game season. Get out of here. You want to see some hitting, Garrison. It. Yeah, that's the narrative. It's coming. Yeah, y'all soft. What you protecting these running backs? These dudes ain't proved nothing. Let Sonny Styles go knock one of them dudes out. They ain't proved nothing. Last year I understood it, because you had Trey who's been injury prone or gets dinged up, and then you had Quinshawn, the spin of the South. So I understood it last year, but this year, why y'all ain't hitting? Y'all need to be popping them backs. Bo Jackson, okay, Bo, let me go on and knock you in the next week. That's enough. I'm trying not to call y'all soft, but hey, I'm trying, but hey, it's coming back. I'm trying. Whichever teams run for the most yards in the game this year will win the game. Therefore, U of M will win its 5th straight. Y'all gonna. You need to be stopped. You need to be stopped, boy. You is wilding. What I got for this dude?
Unruly wretches.
Unruly wretches. Hey, if you didn't notice it, what Thanos was wild. That man, hey, Thanos was wild. That man called them. That man said Avengers. Unruly wretches. That man called them unruly wretches. Hey, Thanos was wilding in that movie, bro. Like Hey, Thanos was wild, bro. Garrison over there on them honey pack. They say you over there wilding, Mr. Garrison. What you got going on tonight? Hey,
You don't know.
you done know. What you got going, boy? What you got going on? What you got going on tonight, Garrison? Maybe they can get Chip Trainum to come back. Chipper the Ripper. Where's he at? I wanted him. I wanted Trainum. I wanted him to come to Michigan. I like the way he ran. I think that what game was that? That was 2023. Yeah, it was 2023 because I believe Trey got hurt. Chip Trainum was running hard. Ryan Day just stopped giving it to him. I like the way Chip Trainum runs. He's at Toledo. Are you kidding me? He better than that. Oh wow, they on your head now, Garrison. They on your head now, boy. They on your head. They on my guy head now. What you gonna do?
Garrison, boys of college football.
Let's see what we got. Ooh, the big backs, Ohio were beasts. Let's see. Grinding Day. Yeah, Trip Trainum was running that thing. I ain't gonna front if Ryan Day decides to keep giving it to him, they might have won that 23 game. I believe that was 23 because 2022 Donovan went crazy. Yeah. That 23 game, he should have kept giving it to him. But that's when Ryan Day get discouraged when he gets in he gets behind the chain. So if it's a 2nd and 11 or a 2nd and 9, he don't want to run it again. Michigan, Harbaugh, Sharon, 2nd and 9, we'll still run it. He don't like to run it then. Back then he would get away from the run. He still might, He still might be like that. We'll find out this year. But 2023, he definitely was. What happened to Dallin Hayden went to this dude? I don't know what he was thinking. Out of all places to go, why the hell would you go to Colorado as a running back? Especially with Shador there. I don't know why he went there. Dallin Hayden out of Memphis was at Ohio State. I was worried about him in the 2023 game also. Or it was, I think that was 2023. So he chose to go to Colorado. Bro, you fell for Prime. You fell for it. Because that team is held off the passing game, trying to get Shador Sanders to be the number 1 pick. He ain't gonna become the number 1 pick or the top pick that Deion wants him to be, handing the ball off to you, my brother. He trying to get his son to be a top 5 pick. He ain't finna be no top 5 pick handing the ball to you all the time. Tim said, Johnny, one of the analysis that says that in that Ohio State spring game that Ryan Day is running some type of NFL operation. I don't believe that. He say he don't believe it. Ohio State running pass ratio was 10-1 today, which makes it look even worse for Ohio State defense. Oh, that's crazy. That's wild. But yeah, so I don't know why Dallin Hayden, I don't know why he went to Colorado. I hated it for him because he waited his time, and even and when it should have been his time at the end of the season when everybody was kind of dinged up, Tony Alford still wasn't giving him the rock when he had just toted it the game before, which was crazy to me. So I was hoping to see him get to shine because he's out of Memphis. I moved to Florida from Memphis, so players like him, Cody Jones, I was hoping thrived at Michigan. He couldn't never get on the field. He transferred, I think, to Memphis. I think. But you shouldn't, you got to understand, you can't fall. He fell for the glitz of Dion. He fell for the glitz and the glamour of Dion and transferred somewhere where they don't run the ball at Colorado. They don't want to run the ball, and they don't run block well at Colorado. I know he did. He always looked good in Columbus, though. I heard he couldn't block. They couldn't block either at Colorado. Couldn't nobody block. He fit right in, but dang, bro, don't go where the coach's son is the quarterback. The best player on the team is a wide receiver. They're trying to win Heisman's and they trying to become top 10 picks. You don't fit in this. You ain't finna get them. You ain't finna get to tote it like that. They don't even block well, run or pass at Colorado. You forgot that you need an offensive line? I don't know why he went there. I didn't like it because I like him. This is facts. Garrison said, Johnny, I said, ride the hot hand. I didn't even care if Trey came back. Play Dallin. I don't know what Tony Alford was thinking. This dude was just toting it, making dudes look silly the game before. And then you don't play him at all the next game? I hope he got all of that out of his system while he was at Ohio State. You live in Memphis, Corey? Yeah. I moved here from Memphis, East Memphis. I grew up in Michigan, but then we moved to Southeast Memphis, Riverdale, Shelby Drive area. It used to be nice over there. It used to be nice over there, Corey. It ain't nice over there no more. It ain't nice over there no more, Corey. It's like done turned into the hood over there. My parents live on like State Line Road. So, but once you get to Shelby Drive, Riverdale, all that stuff used to be pristine, beautiful, nice looking community, nice looking neighborhood. You go over there now, it looks like the hood. It ain't that hood over there, but it looks like it. It's starting to look like it. JG King says Bryce is getting much needed reps right now, and it's accelerating his learning curve because some of them throws are tight windows. That's a fact. And that's what I say. It's like a blessing in disguise. You don't want nobody to get hurt, Mikey Keene. But the fact that Bryce and Jaden are getting all these reps for quarterbacks in practice are like it's like gold. You know what I'm saying? Like they're priceless. They're priceless. Those quarterbacks need as many reps as they can. And the fact that Bryce Underwood and Jaden Davis are splitting all the reps, that's great right now. You know what I'm saying? And then the closer you get to camp, you want somebody else to, get some of those reps. But the fact that you got these two young guys and they're both getting all the reps, that's a good thing for both of them. Because we do need him to be ready. Steven says, long live Dolph. Fed's about to go to get CMG out of here in those gangs too. Bro, I like CMG. Bro, Gotti. Don't come for me, Steven. But Gotti's music was better than Dolph. I grew up. I spent half my life in Memphis. Gotti's music is better than Dolph's. I'm sorry, it is. Gotti be spitting, boy. Gotti be on that talk. Gotti be spitting them numbers, dog. He be talking that good stuff. Gotti be talking that good stuff, dog. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what to say, man. He be talking that good stuff. He did. But Gotti laid a foundation before Dolph was even known in Memphis, before he was even anything. But then Dolph took over the streets, but Gotti was still better than him. As far as rapping, Gotti's way better. He's better than him. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? It's just a fact. I'm sorry. Now you can say that. You can say that, Marmar. But as far as rapping and flow and riding the beat, he don't even come close to Gotti. I'm sorry. And I stayed. Now Don Tripp is fire too. But Gotti's music, Dolph don't even compare. I'm sorry, he don't. And that's the thing. You know, when I moved to Florida, which was Dolph had already started to kind of take over. When I moved to Florida and I would go back to Memphis and I noticed that Dolph was taking over the streets. Dolph is loved in the streets because he actually helped the community. That's why people loved him. Because I'm like, bro, you know, I left. So I'm like, bro, why do people love Dolph when Gotti is way better rapper than him? Like his albums, his songs, Dolph don't even touch him. It's because he was actually in the streets helping people. But I done moved now, so I don't know. You know, I had moved. The rap, as far as rapping, that's all I'm talking about. I ain't in the streets no more, so I don't care about what you do in the streets. I'm in my old dude stage. Chris Drew called me an old head now. I don't care about that. All I know is he a better rapper. I don't care about all that stuff no more. Like it don't mean that, but he in the streets. You know what I'm saying? His make-believe rapping is better than him. Now don't get it twisted. Now, my homeboy used to be with Gotti. He used to hang with Gotti. Gotti be in them streets now. He ain't make-believing now. Don't get it twisted. Because I do know people that was with Gotti and stuff, and his brother and all that. All that stuff is true. That's not a make-believe. Big Jook and all them, that's not make-believe. You know, I'm talking about rapping. They both be in the streets. It's just Gotti didn't help. Like I'm gonna say this, and then we're gonna move on, I guess. Dolph would give out turkeys in Memphis. You know what I'm saying? He would give out turkeys around Christmas. I mean, around Christmas and Thanksgiving and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Actually helping the community in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So you would see him. Now, Gotti, he was doing a lot of stuff, but he came out way before Dolph. Garrison, they on your head. They say you still on the ICP. That's what I'm saying. Unk, old head. You know what I'm saying? The age to where they acting like you old as dirt is once you in your 30s or you close to 30, now you unk or you an old head. These young dudes that they ain't playing no games. They calling you old real fast. They ain't playing no games. They gonna call you old real quick. Yeah, you think you still cool, whatever. Boy, you old. Go on over there, old head. Hey, now Nipsey, now you know Victory Lap is a classic. That's my one of my favorite albums to just listen to. But when it came out and everybody was on Nipsey and Nipsey this, I'm like, bro, why are y'all hyping this dude up so much? You know what I'm saying? Why are y'all hyping this dude up so much? And I didn't get on the train. And then dude at the I was at a store and dude was like, man, I'm like, y'all, what you listening to? He's like, that Nipsey. I'm like, really? He like, yeah, man, that Nip. I'm like, is it really that good, or you just on the hype train? He like, bro, just give it a chance. It's called Victory Lap. So I went and listened to Victory Lap. I'm like, bruh, this is amazing, boy. This boy is rapping. This is real rap right here. This ain't no mumble bum. This ain't no mumble bum bull. This is real rap. You know what I'm saying? So that Victory Lap, and I didn't realize that I had heard Nipsey Hussle on Rick Ross tracks way before then, and didn't even notice that was him. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Gucci Mane better than Gotti. Shit, I can name like 20 rappers better than Gotti. That wasn't the argument. We were talking about Dolph and Gotti. Dolph is not a better rapper than Gotti. And you can go, I can list way more songs. That ain't even a question. Now, if you're talking about street persona and all that stuff, whatever. But as far as rapping, Dolph, yeah, right. He ain't even close. I'm sorry. Now, Gucci Mane is a dog now. Back when before Gucci went to jail, dog. Hit. I'm talking about so many street classics. Oh, Steven, he don't like that. I'm just keeping it real, bro. I was in Memphis listening to all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? These streets that they talking about, I was riding down them. You know, back when I was in the streets, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know, that got it, you know what I'm saying? Flicking, y'all don't know about that flicking in Memphis. Y'all, this is stuff that you won't know about unless you're there. You know what I'm saying? But you know, that's just my opinion, Steven. You know, I know you rock with Dolph, but that was my opinion on it. We done got way off track. We over here talking about rappers and all this now. Somebody bring me back. Moose said I stopped listening to rap when Pac and Biggie died. The rap nowadays is crap. Corey G. This is a fact. This is a fact right here. Memphis is the blackest city in America. This is a fact. And when I moved from Memphis, it was I had to get used to not being around nothing but black folks all the time. It's different. You're around your people all the time, nothing but black people. It's just nothing but black people. You know what I'm saying? So it was I had to get acclimated to living down here because Florida's a melting pot. You got Haitians, you got Puerto Ricans, you got Mexicans, you got white people, black people, everything. But Memphis is black, white, and Mexicans, but it's like what 70% black. It's different. It's different, you know. Detroit, Atlanta, DC. I mean, Memphis about 70% black, bro. That's up there. I don't know if it's anywhere that's gonna get higher than that, honestly. But with the rap, I was just listening to Pac. I was just listening to Pac and like his greatest hits the other day, and you listen to Pac's songs. They sound like he wrote them yesterday, most of them, especially his hits. His hits sound like that dude wrote that stuff yesterday. Like, there's nobody that can challenge him. The meaning and the flow and the meaning and the passion that he has in those rhymes, nobody's even close to dude. Like, it's not even close. Like, timeless changes. I'm listening to changes. We done got off track. We talking about rap. I know some people in here like, I came here for Michigan football. Well, you ain't talking football. I want to hear about your rap and where you used to live. I want to hear about who's playing receiver, man. Shut up about this rap and where you used to live. I ain't sign up for this. I came here to listen to Michigan football. This guy's talking about the blackest city in America. What the hell am I watching? What the hell is this? I didn't come here for this crap. I didn't come here for this crap. Like, what is this? This guy used to talk about football. I don't know what's going on now. Let's see. Let's get back on track before we get out of here. Do you think it will be a clear-cut running back one, or will they split carries evenly? I think it's going to be clear-cut that Jordan Marshall is number one. I think it's going to be clear-cut. Sooner or later. They might try to be 50-50, but I think sooner or later it's going to be Jordan Marshall's show, you know. And Justice Haynes is still going to get in where he fits in, but I think it's going to be Jordan Marshall's show. And if Justin Haynes comes in and gets hot, he might get the most carries, but game to game, it's going to be Marshall setting the tone. That's what I think. You know, that's what I think. Yeah, I rock with Cameron. I used to listen to a lot of Cameron and Dipset. Cameron, Dipset, Gucci Mane before he got skinny. I'm talking about sloppy, drugged out Gucci Mane. That's the Gucci I know. That's what I was listening to. The skinny one could still rap, but it wasn't the same. You know, let's see. Saying looked good today. Yeah, he did. He did. You like Hell Rail? Yeah, I did too. Yes, off that drink, man. I got so much Gucci Mane downloaded and in my car and stuff. And people saying he can't rap. Boy, you didn't listen to enough Gucci. When Gucci got in the 2010s and stuff, he started rapping for real. Boy, that man was rapping for real. Gucci with the gut. Yeah, I need Gucci with the gut. That was my dog, bro. Yes. Gucci with the gut started rapping for real. Like, this dude is rapping. Like, this ain't no play. You know, I grew up on 3-6, you know. Grew up on 3-6. That Memphis life, that Memphis style. It's dangerous in Memphis, boy. It's dangerous up there. Pregnant Gucci was nice, yeah. Yep. Well, I guess it's going to start wrapping this one up. Let's see. We'll be in here talking about rap all night. We got Marmar. Appreciate you being a member. We had Blue Wolverine with the 50, the hot 50 piece. Ronald Embry became a member in Michigan Blue. I didn't even see this one. My bad. He probably been long gone. I didn't even see this. But Michigan go Blue, appreciate the $5. He said, you think Sharon Moore needs to make playoff in the next 2 years to feel safe about his job security? Yeah, he does. Yeah, he needs to make a playoff. Because it's 12 teams. It's about to go to 16 probably. He needs to make one in the next 2 years. He does. If not this year, for sure next year. For sure. The call-in show tomorrow is at 2:00. Call-in show is at 2:00 tomorrow. You know, bring your popcorn and everything. Ain't no telling what's gonna go on the call-in show tomorrow. But I'm like Keegan said, I'm expecting to make it this year. I am expecting to make it this year. You know what I'm saying? I've said he gonna raise hell. I done already got Steven mad. He might call in and try to cuss me out. Steven gonna call in and try to cuss me out about Dolph. Rest in peace. But hey, don't cuss me out because I like Gotti. So you gonna have to watch yourself tomorrow. Ain't no telling what he say. Steven gonna be out for blood tomorrow. I'm just gonna be sitting back because you know
and I
he's
ask
coming.
myself every day, would I do a life sentence about my respect if somebody disrespected me? Without question.
He ain't playing, so I'm just gonna be out the way. I might pull myself off screen when he come up. I might pull myself down and just leave him up there. Hey, with so many M fans in Tampa area, party bus would be fire and profitable. Well, you say Garrison will pop in when Steven leaves? I think Garrison be avoiding Boxing Maniac more than Steven. Hey, because boxing be had a New York accent. Hey, don't let me talk. Let me talk. Hey, I'm gonna let you talk in a second, champ. I'm gonna let you cook in a second, champ. Hey, I think he be avoiding boxing more. Boxing ain't playing. He finna get what he gotta say out now. He finna play with you, Garrison. No, cause you do that. You do that. I gotta clip up some Boxing Maniac. Hey, Maniac be on Garrison head. I think Garrison be more worried about Maniac than Steven. Ooh, them dudes be killing me, boy. They be on Garrison head, boy. I just be sitting back. How much you be benching and squatting and deadlifting these days? I'm not squatting. I'm not deadlifting. Benching, I probably on a just a regular day at the gym, I'd probably do 215, 220 just on a regular. You know what I'm saying? I don't max out and stuff like that like I used to. I work so much. I don't be having the energy to really just push myself like that. I just be trying to maintain. Garrison, voice of college football.
Sit down. Garrison, voice of college football.
Steven need to stop. He need to be stopped, man. Hey, Maze, you know Maniac be on Garrison head, boy. Whew. But let me go and get off of here, y'all. I appreciate everybody joining. You know, the call-in show is tomorrow at 2:00. the spring game. We will all be there, you know. Me, Maze, TJ, Josh and Marcus will be there. You know, Marmar will be there. You know, it's a whole crew. Tim will be there. You know, it's a whole crew. So, you know, show up and we're going to chill and, you know, have a blast. So that's all I got for this one, y'all. I done got tired. I'm trying. I'm trying, man. But yeah, so I appreciate all of y'all joining now. Like, share, subscribe. And as always, go blue. Hold on, let me take this off the screen first. There we go. Go blue.
It's great to be